coming up, coffee's pouring strong. Talking Tigers all morning long. Saints exceed headlines on the screen. Breaking it down with a little caffeine. Grab your mug, come on in, let's wake this day and let it begin. It's morning scone, everybody on. Coffee's hot and the news is strong. Purple, gold, black and gold, stories waiting to be told from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. Talking sports and everything between. Wake up, smile, let's get it on. Start your day with morning scone. It's morning scone, everybody on. Coffee's hot and the news is strong. Purple, gold, black and gold, stories waiting to be told from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. Talking sports and everything between. Wake up, smile, let's get it on. Start your day with morning scone. Where the coffee's hot, the takes are hotter.
Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a hump day edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parrish Construction and Roofing. If you need orthopedics, go to Brock. You need a roof, you call Parrish. Unique physique, unique aesthetics and wellness. Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Bocock Brothers Premium Cigars, code MAT15, MAT15, MAT15 for 15% off your order. And FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics. Okay, y'all, good morning. We've done it. We have made it. LSU opens fall camp today. We do have the fall camp schedule, which came to us yesterday. We will get just periods 2, 3, and 4. So that should be about somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 minutes. So a little bit of a bummer. We're not going to get more access throughout fall camp. A little spoiled getting to watch all we did in spring. And then, Kelly gave us a bunch of access in fall camp too, at least in the early going in fall camp. But grateful for whatever access we get because some coaches close out the media completely. So at least we'll get something. So I'll be out there today. 10:05 is our availability time, and going to keep a close eye on Sam Levitt. I don't know that we're going to get to see him do a ton of work on the first day, but naturally getting to see Levitt do any type of full speed individual drills or whatever is something we're looking forward to. So see Levitt out there. I'll be on the lookout for there. Lamar Brown will finally be in an LSU uniform. That's going to be exciting. I feel like I've seen Lamar Brown at practices for 5 years, but he's just always standing there watching because he's been a recruit and everything. So in spring, he was not an early enrollee, but he was there at almost every practice watching over there with the defensive ends. So we'll keep an eye on that today as well. So anything you want me to look out for, let me know. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post, podcast, subscribe to your favorite podcast app, rate us, leave a review. Also, if you followed along at LouisianaSports.net, I know a lot of you were asking yesterday about the donor meeting at the governor's mansion. Well, the meeting was Monday night. I was at a dinner Monday night. And so yesterday, I really started making a bunch of phone calls. I got the list of everyone who was in attendance and started firing off messages to everyone that I knew who was in attendance. And got Charles Harvey spoke to me on the record, came on AFR, and then I spoke to several other people off the record who didn't want to be quoted, which is understandable. Before you asked, Gordon was not there. Todd Graves was not there. Todd Todd, I think Todd's marketing manager, Zach, is supposed to be there tonight at the Wednesday meeting. But anyway, all that to say, we had the report yesterday, kind of what we had been told, that it's not a straight private equity deal. Creative structure from Dr. Roos, with the opportunity to create an LLC with a 501c3 component, which, of course, for tax purposes is important. And and take that money from the LLC, invest it into companies, businesses, other investment assets to be able to generate perpetual revenue for LSU. So it kind of feels like they're creating their own fund, basically, that they control 100% of. So you're not giving away a part of athletics to private equity. That's not what this is. So everyone I talked to came away really encouraged. And I did reach out to Dr. Roos, and I did reach out to Governor Landry yesterday. Both did reply. I think Governor Landry told me, I invited both of them to come on the show to discuss it. The governor said that he's willing, but wants to wait until it's finished, like launched. And I think President Roos is open as well. He does not really do a lot of media or any media, but I think he's open to doing it. So hopefully when the time's right, we're able to get those guys, those gentlemen on the air and on the show and get even more detailed information. So, okay, let's say some mornings here, y'all. You know the drill, fire away. Hey, Jacob, good morning. No Sweat Sports, good morning. Oh, wait, before trivia gets mad at me. I'm sending out the text message to trivia to make sure that, he's got the link. Hold on. Share, copy. Hold on. Sorry, I'm slowing down all your day. Here we go. All right, trivia. There you go. There's your link, trivia. Hey, Brad, good morning. Dexton, good morning. Hey, Thomas, good morning. Christian, feels like Chris this morning. Antonio, great day to be a Tiger fan. Let it begin. Here we go. Guy, good morning. Hey, Janet, Brant, hope you're coming up to Knoxville in November. Be cool to see you again. Man, I would love to. I'm not sure that's one of the ones I'm going to make. Actually, that's one of my favorite trips in the SEC. Calhoun's on the river, Neyland right there on the Tennessee River. I think I've told y'all before, 2001. That was the week post 9/11. It was the first opponent LSU played post 9/11 was Tennessee in Knoxville. And my dad worked for Lamar at the time, and Lamar had a Knoxville office, and so they rented this train, and it was basically just like a tailgate train where you start at the base of the stadium and you go up the mountain, and then you come right back down. It drops you off. You go to the game. It was awesome. Hey, Stephen, good morning. What do you think of the oil companies ponying up to LSU for the EPA and OSHA looking the other way? Irks me every time I fly into Baton Rouge over the refinery. Oil companies ponying up to LSU. I don't know what you mean, the oil companies ponying up to LSU. If you're talking about like what the refineries emit into the air, on one hand, am I concerned about what that does for this population center being that close to those refineries? Yes. The other part of it is it's jobs. It's a giant economy. It's part of what makes the state, our country, our world go. Products from all over the world are refined here. So, I guess it's a thing where it's like, don't bite the hand that feeds sort of thing. Hey, Jesse, good morning. Go Rilla, what's up, boss? Been a minute since morning scone. Glad to have you here. Hey, Rocky, good morning. Love the Christensen interview yesterday. Everyone go watch. Thank you, Rocky. Yes, we had Jeff Christensen on AFR. I did include the interview in today's Locked On. If you want to check that out as well, Jeff Christensen is a quarterback coach at Throw It Deep Academy. He's the one who had Levitt and all those guys with him over the weekend. Hey, Ron, oil companies are the backbone of the state. Let's see. Good morning, Michael. Good morning. Are you expecting improvement with LSU special teams? If so, why? Honestly, Michael, yes. So now it's important to remember that Damian Ramos left LSU as the all-time leading scorer. So you had a very consistent kicker for the last 3 years in Damian Ramos. Now, Joe Houston is coming in as special teams coach, and I had a chance to visit with Joe at the NIL Gala in the spring. And so he's the new special teams coach. I brought him from Florida. And he's a fascinating guy in his own right. He was telling me he was like delivering pizzas to make ends meet, just trying to keep the coaching dream alive, making no money coaching in JUCO. And he caught his break and ultimately ended up, applying for a job with the Patriots with Bill Belichick. He told me the story. It's a crazy story. Like he's on the plane leaving, thinking he didn't get it. His phone rings. He's sitting on the plane, and Belichick calls him. He's like, "You want the job?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You better get off that plane." And so he had to like run off the plane before it took off, and got his job obviously in New England. And then when Belichick was let go, he was let go. So he ended up at Florida, and then now is at LSU. But really bright guy. So you have a dedicated special teams coordinator in Joe Houston, who's really bright. Scott Starzik was fantastic place kicker last year for Arkansas. His big leg. You brought in 2 transfer punters with Hayden Craig, who came in from Florida with Josh Houston, and then also Grant Chadwick from Middle Tennessee. Chadwick's 6'5", and he booms the ball. Got to see consistency, so that's something we'll certainly keep an eye on. But yeah, then the coverage units, I thought one of the things that was interesting watching the coverage units in the spring is you had a lot of dudes on the coverage units. It's not like, hey, take the true freshman, the redshirt freshman, and let them just get out there and run around a little bit. Like they had dudes on the special teams units. So we'll see if that holds. But I think it's certainly a commitment to being good in that phase. Gumptious had the freaking diesel. What does that mean? Take the shot and see. Good morning, Matt. Things I'm interested in today. Are they in full pads or shells? They're just going to be in helmets. How does Levitt look compared to other quarterbacks? Does he look like he's leading? So it doesn't matter if he looks like he's leading. Sam Levitt is the quarterback. Like, make no mistake whatsoever. Like, it doesn't matter if it lead. Like, Sam Levitt is the quarterback, period, full stop. And then they're just going to be in helmets today, helmet shorts and jerseys, because they have the NCAA has the mandated acclimation period where they ramp up. So actually, I can tell you right now. Hang on. One second. I'm looking at the. Let's see. They go to Shells on Saturday. And then the first day of full pads is Tuesday. So Shells Saturday, off Sunday, Shells Monday, full pads Tuesday. What's up, man? Good morning. Scott, good morning. Saw Brooks talking about the College Football Act. It is going to straighten some things out. You mean the Protect College Sports Act? I think it'll help. I'm skeptical as to whether or not it will be a cure-all. Senator Cruz, one of the co-authors of the bill, said that it closes all the loopholes. I think that remains to be seen. Can a judge somewhere in some county or parish favorable to a local school find some precedent to rule against? Just call me skeptical. Hey, Brad, do you think Jay Daniels will have a good bounce back season? I do, if he's healthy. Yeah, I think he'll be outstanding. Hey, Brian, good morning, Matt from Brownsville, Tennessee. 30 days from kickoff. Let's go. Club, why is that you're the only one that likes the idea of more teams in the playoff? I don't know what I heard Marler. You didn't finish that. And if it starts with I heard Marler, I would just disregard everything after that because it's Marler. And I don't know that I'm the only one that likes the idea of more teams in a playoff. I do know why I'm in the minority, and it's Club, the thing that I've said forever. It's people. Number one, people are resistant to change. And number two, I'm fighting against a century of ideas that have been force-fed and ingrained into people. And so they just believe what they've seen and know. And so they believe I always talk about the echo chamber, and that's all it is. Someone on here the other day was like, oh, it's just all blowouts. And we went through the playoff. It wasn't all blowouts. I mean, you know what were blowouts? The BCS. I mean, the average, like, the average margin of victory in BCS championship games across 16 seasons was 14.56 points. 2 touchdowns. Average margin of victory was 2 touchdowns. Yeah, let's just let them just decide. Well, we need 2 teams in. We don't need to give anybody else a shot. Gumptious had the freaking diesel driving academy song. Oh, yeah. When you can drive a truck. Falcon, good morning. Do you plan on having Sean Salisbury on again this football season? Enjoyed his opinions, evaluation. Thanks. Yes, that is the plan. Sean is always welcome. If he's willing to come back again this year, we'll certainly have him. Let's see. Instead of asking an expectation question, how about one that hasn't been covered much? How's special team shaping up? It's funny you said that because then that was just the question a minute ago. Morning, Matt. Spring practice, go time. Hey, Scott. Good morning. Hope you have a great day. Thanks. Same to you. Leslie, Deborah, good morning. Braden, what up, man? Good morning. Great interview with Harvey. Real excited to learn more about what the exact model is. Do you know if the LLC will be investing in local Louisiana companies or more national? I think you're thinking too narrow. That's all I have to say about that. Heard Marler say he only wanted 8 teams. I like the idea of more teams too. I think all football games are meaningful with good teams. To say 8 is so arbitrary. Why 8? Oh, 8's the right. Why? Like, I know he's not here to answer it, but hey, Brad, are you looking forward to going to games and not having to take notes this season? I am, Brad. The ones that, I mean, I'll have to take notes. Like, eventually, like, that's the one trade-off I'm going to have, right? So if when I go to a game, I am going to have to go back after the game, rewatch it, and chart and take my notes because I'm still going to have to produce content around the games, right? I'm still going to have to do my Locked On LSU that night. So when, like Clemson, for example, whenever I get home from the Clemson game, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk in here and I'm going to record Locked On, so I'll still have to do all that stuff. It's not completely fun and games, but yes, I am looking forward to watching some games, man. Hey, Dad, good morning. Go see my dad at Home Title. If you need a title attorney, see my dad at Home Title. Hey, Brant, Tiger Stadium is going to suffocate the new Clemson quarterback. Yes, I think that is going to be, I've said it often, a full throat, full tilt Tiger Stadium. It's got all the ingredients. Night game, college game day, expectation, anticipation, LSU's favored, great opponent coming in. The start of the Kiffin era, all of it. It's going to be quite a scene. Hey, Bill, good morning. Have an awesome day. Janet, what do you think about Greg Williams' involvement? Well, you got to take an investment from somewhere. And it kind of, to me, sounds like LSU is creating its own fund. And if Greg Williams wants to put up money into the fund, okay. But the thing that Charles Harvey said yesterday very clearly is, like, if they create a board, Greg Williams has one seat on the board. He doesn't have any controlling interest. So, okay. I mean, if you have a billionaire that wants to, drop liquidity into a fund that, into this SPV, whatever they're going to call it, and, take that money and invest, and okay, like, how's it any different than if Todd Graves wanted to put in money or whoever, right? Which I'm guessing they'll have the opportunity. I'm guessing all the people at the governor's mansion on Monday and tonight will have the same opportunity to do that. Not asked to or forced to, but have the opportunity to. Hey, Tiger Diver, good morning. H.D. Williams, Guy Morgan. Kelly Gross, good morning. Rex, what do you think? Why do you think only 14 to 40 invitees showed at the governor's mansion? So it wasn't 14. It was 16 on Monday, and they have more confirmed today to attend. Some are out of town and unavailable. I mean, if you're the type of person that exists in that ecosystem, it can be hard to be at a place at a given time, right? Like, I know I talked to Gordon McKernan, he's not going. Do we think he's disinterested or disengaged? No, I think he's like in Montana or Colorado or something. I don't know. But there's people who live out of state, who people maybe have business interests who can't go. There's a lot of reasons. Hey, Jack, good morning. LSU basically making a mutual fund. I don't know that I would call it a mutual fund. Like, again, like, the quote I got was, I'll read you the quote. The quote is, the structure would allow LSU to own and control an LLC that can invest in companies that will generate revenue perpetually. Let's see. Good morning, Matt. Camp is here. Football season is upon us. God is good. I'm breathing. My wife and kids are good. Let's go. Great attitude. Love to hear it, man. Hey, Dexton. Such a revolutionary idea. Very candidly, some of what I got yesterday was completely off the record. And I think you can read between the lines there. But of what I know, don't know, have been told, etc. I think one of the reasons they don't want too much detail out, and I did write this in the story at LouisianaSports.net, is for fear of maybe compromising LSU's first mover advantage. The more detail that gets out about what they're doing, the others can try to quickly copy it. Now, it's my understanding LSU has been, Dr. Roos and the governor, the folks involved have been. Remember, Dr. Roos was appointed in January or December. Maybe it was December. Yeah, it was December. November 4th. Okay, November. Positive. I thought it was December. But they've been working on this since February. Let me put it to you this way. February was the first I heard about it. So is it possible that sometime between Dr. Roos's appointment in November and February that that this idea was cooked up or they began working potentially. But it's not anything that's. But so anyway, all that to say, because they've been working on it 5-6 months, I don't know that another school could jump in and start today and accelerate quickly and pass LSU because of the work they've already put in for the last 5 or 6 months on this. But still, I can understand them wanting to protect certain opportunities. Jacob, Matt, if you're able, could you keep an eye on the O-line? Very curious about them this year, especially with Weston Davis, how much improvement compared to last year. Yeah, look, Jacob, that's certainly a giant question, and I want to keep an eye on them. The way we were set up in spring is they let us walk the north end zone and the west sideline to one field. And there's 4 fields. I think I've described this for y'all. I'll draw it again. I think I've described this for y'all before, but I'll draw it. So, like, if you think okay, like here's Skip Bertman Drive. Okay, so like here's Nicholson, right? Tiger Stadium's here. So like football lops in the indoor are here. Outside, they have 4 fields like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, can y'all see this? I'm turning off the light. Hang on. So this is kind of how it's set up, right? So here's Skip Bertman Drive. Here's Nicholson. This is the indoor. They have 4 fields. 1, 2, 3, 4. They let us walk here and here. The offensive line practices over here. So it is across fields with people on all of these fields. It is really hard to see when the offensive line is an individual. So I would love to pay attention to the offensive line. I will do my best. Dexter and LSU can make a fund as an LLC. Correct. That's what I said. Not exactly a mutual fund. I guess you could say, like, in a sense, are they? So use that term loosely, right? Like using the term fund loosely. Whoever said they're creating a mutual fund, obviously they're not doing that. But like, if you want to take investments from any number of people to generate the amount of capital to then go and take your LLC and invest. I don't know what that means. David, good morning. Jason, good morning. Robert, Eric, morning, Matt. Quasi-related to all the revenue talk yesterday. Did it ever come out how much money we're saving with BK's new job this year? No. Obviously, CBS being a private company, they don't have to disclose his salary. I think, let me see if I can ask around, because I don't know that if I text Brian, I don't know that he's going to tell me what his salary is. Maybe, well, I could ask him. But I could probably get some back channels at LSU to find out. Let me see. Trivia, good morning. Jay, Ricky, have a good day at practice. Levitt's the key to LSU's success this season. I agree. Trivia. We didn't get a text. Yeah, it's you got a text. Dalton, morning from Austin. Hope all's well with the fam. Thank you, man. We're doing great. Marshall, we beat the first fall camp practice today. It's Fat Baby Fart. Devin, good morning. Aaron, Phil, DJ, what up, y'all? Good morning. Dalen, what up, man? The goal is pretty much to generate revenue without having to ask donors for money, or will donors still be asked to give money? So donors will still be asked to give. They're just not going to have to fund the whole thing. Like, there will be times where they'll go to, I mean, listen, like, Harvard has an endowment of $56.9 billion. Okay. They still ask people for money. So the difference is if the Protect College Sports Act passed, they actually implement a hard cap on the roster, then you don't need to go. And if this vehicle does what it's supposed to do in generating revenue, then you're not going to have to go, in theory, to your boosters every year to say, we need to raise $50 million to pay our players, right? You could say, hey, do you want to give money for upgrades to Tiger Stadium and we'll name a gate after you? So something like that. You know what I mean? Hey, Brad, do you know what year Guarantee Building was built? It looks like an older building. Yeah, man. Building's 100 years old. So it was in the 1920s. It was the Baton Rouge General Hospital. If you're looking at it, the left side is the Baton Rouge General. The right side, where the stairwell separates and moves to the right, that part I think was built in 1980, maybe. Dalen, also with the new plan, would this allow us to give more money to programs who don't make a top priority like softball? So that has more to do, Dalen, with the Protect College Sports Act, because the Protect College Sports Act lays out structure for the hard cap and what you can spend on football roster and then your non-revenue sports or your Olympic sports rosters as well. So that's the idea of the Protect College Sports Act, is to level the playing field so that everyone has the same amount of money to spend. Passing through BR right now on the way to North Carolina for vacay. All right, Weston, safe travels. Thanks for being here, man. Hey, Robin, good morning. Rex, with the fifth-year ruling, do you think Blake Baker would have interest in Gooden and Pyron back for another season? What would have to happen for X, a new portal window? So no, you wouldn't need a new portal window. And remember, with the ruling from the judge last week, players can't go in the portal. So if you missed it, a judge ruled that players who just finished their senior season this past year have eligibility under the 5-for-5 rule. So, but the caveat is they cannot have signed a pro contract. I was trying to get in touch with Jack yesterday, Jack Pyburn. I thought Bernard Gooden signed a deal. Yeah, so Bernard Gooden signed as an undrafted free agent. So Bernard Gooden is not eligible to come back. I don't know. Jack Pyburn signed with the Bucks as a UDFA, so he is not available. The only player that I didn't see sign was Patrick Payton. Patrick Payton. Okay, never mind. The Panthers signed Patrick Payton on May 1st. So, no. So, like, if you signed a contract, you are ineligible. If you signed a pro contract, you are ineligible. So, it doesn't matter if they're not on a team right now. If they signed a pro contract, even as a UDFA, they are ineligible to return, according to the judge's ruling. Hey, James, good morning. 31 days till game time. Any updates on Easton Royal or Jalen Brewster? No, don't. And we normally have Shea on Tuesday. Shea had a bump this week, so he's supposed to join us on Thursday. So we'll see if we get an update from Shea then. But no, I do not have an update from last week. Stadlers, should say fall camp. I don't know why I did that. No, you're all good. Hungry fans. Morning, Matt. Ready to have my mental health determined by a bunch of college kids. As a great poet once said, I'll be good to go. You know what? And on to the start of fall camp. Let's hear it, Dabo.
Questions? Walker Parks, is he? Oh, he'd be all right. He'd be all right. He'd be good to go.
Dabo.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From
All right. Parish Construction and Roofing. Remember, if you need an orthopedist, go to the Brock. They've got all the subspecialists, brortho.com, brortho.com. Parish Construction and Roofing. Congrats to our partner, Drew Brees, of course, is going to the Pro Football Hall of Fame on Saturday. Very much looking forward to celebrating that. You need a roof. We can help. Commercial, residential, repairs, replacements. We do gutters. We do soft wash. So you need to soft wash your home, your roof, your hardscape, driveway. We do the whole thing. Parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. Unique physique, unique aesthetics and wellness. Remember, they got the GLP-1s, semaglutide, tirzepatide. They have hormone replacement therapy for women now as well at Unique Aesthetics and Wellness. Ladies, take care of yourself. MyUniqueAesthetics.com, MyUniqueAesthetics.com. RestoredMotions.com, Bocock Brothers Premium Cigars, code MAT15, MAT15, MAT15 for 15% off your order. And of course, FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics, bringing world-class health care right here at home in Baton Rouge. Cancer, stroke, heart, pediatrics, all of it. It's FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, together we roar. Adam, good morning. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Michael Cook, good morning. Tim, good morning. Do you know where the seed money is going to come from for the LLC? So that's, I'm certain, why, in part, Greg Williams was there. And my guess is they will also give all those people in the room the opportunity to invest. And I think it's a big difference between saying, can you just give us money to pay players? And would you like to invest in an LLC that will actually net you a return? And I think that's part of it. Let's see. SPC. I hate meaningless bowl games. All the good players opt out, and they're not well attended. They're terrible at times as well. UL Lafayette only goes because they get paid and need the money. Take the shot, Mac. You know you can look at the ESPN play-by-play breakdown after the game instead of taking notes. I like my shorthand. So it's not just looking at a play-by-play. It's I know how I annotate things to know what I think was a significant moment in the game. And so whenever I'm going back over my notes, there's things that my eyes train to and I know where to look, right? It's my own shorthand. Like I know what I'm looking at. Dexton, I think LSU is trying to act as third party to an ETF. An LLC can't start an ETF, but can act as third party to it. I think they're talking Security Exchange Commission, not the SEC Commerce. They're not talking to the SEC, and they are not starting an ETF. That is not what they're doing. Dalton, how would or should I get started with my own sports blog? Me and cameras don't mix, but I need to get my college football thoughts out. Yeah. Pretty easy. Go to Google and type in, how do I start my sports blog? Enter. And they should give you a lot of really good recommendations. Not trying to be a sarcastic jerk, but seriously, do that. Like, I don't write a blog. I write for our website, louisianasports.net. LinkedIn is a great place to put written content out. Reddit, Substack. I mean, there's places where you can go to do that. Keep in mind, you need opportunities to disseminate your content. So make sure you're active on social media, on social platforms. And it's okay if you and cameras don't mix. That's a good thing. That's a good thing to recognize. Like, some people hate to write. Some people would rather speak and not be on camera, so they should do a podcast. Some people are really comfortable on video. My suggestion is do all of it. But if there's one thing that you're most comfortable at, do that. Let's see. Good start of fall camp morning. Yes, sir. Adam, almost time for LSU soccer and volleyball. Should be a lot of fun. Scott, you are the one-stop shop for everything LSU. You and everyone associated do an amazing job. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it, man. We worked really hard in building ESPN Baton Rouge all these years. In the last 2 years, we're coming up on 2 years of building LouisianaSports.net, and we're very excited about all the inroads we've made. Continue to develop a foothold in the market, and so we're grateful to everyone who has who's read along and followed along and supported. Hey, Stephen, good morning. Dallas. Rapping Batches, what's up? Brandon, Matt, are you going to meet and or are you going to the meet and greet Saturday? Oh, like the player meet? Probably not. Just candidly. That's not the one I wanted. Let's see. Yesterday, scrimmage Saturday. Yeah, no, I'm not going. We don't have access to the scrimmage, so no, I'm not going. Good morning, Matt. The dog days of sports are almost over, at least for me. Colson, what up, man? Why did they leak this out without any review from the AG or the IRS? We can't expect that if the plan is that good that others won't copy. They surely will. Either way, go Tigers. Team. Thank you, Colson. Appreciate you, man. I think others will copy. I think they have first mover advantage. And anyone that starts doing this now would be certainly far behind. I don't think it necessarily matters if other people copy. It just has to work for you, for LSU, right? I think that's also why they're keeping some of the details close to the vest as of right now. Mojo, go Tigers. All these brands will be publicly traded within the next 5 years. Yeah, I fundamentally disagree with that. That doesn't even make a lick of sense. Jimmy, I can't wait for the game. Coming down from Rome, Georgia. I try to make 2 to 3 home games a year. Awesome, man. Should be. I mean, look, this is the best home schedule in years. Clemson, A&M, Bama, Texas. I mean, that alone, you know. Carrie, good morning, brother Scone. Make it great. You too, man. Thank you, Carrie. Jacob, just started my health journey. Have bad back issues and bad tennis elbow times. What was the peptide that's good with local pain? Something you did to help cut fat. So the peptide you're talking about is BPC 157, Body Protection Compound 157. That's what I take and inject locally in my back. My mom was having hip pain. I'm like, inject this in your hip every day. I know people that have helped recovery from surgery and prevented surgery. Try it. That's what I would recommend is do a cycle of it, be patient with it, see if it helps. And if it doesn't, okay. I get my BPC 157 from Goodwood, a month's supply. The vial's about $100. So, get a vial, depending on the dosing they recommend. Maybe it's like an 8-week cycle you're on. Take it for 8 weeks and see how you feel. And maybe you feel awesome and you're like, oh my God, this is incredible. As far as cutting fat, that's hand to mouth, brother. Intermittent fasting has worked great for me. And then cold plunging and sauna. I cold plunge in the morning, I sauna at night, I intermittent fast. And the meals I eat are factor meals that are the, so I get them shipped to my house and they're keto. So I'm not straight keto, but like in the morning, I drink black coffee. Like I don't eat calories until like 1:30 in the afternoon. So I eat from like 1:30 to like 7 o'clock at night is where all my caloric intake comes. That's worked for me. It may not work for everybody. What's the media access going to be? Yeah, unfortunately, Go Tigers, not great. Not like it was in spring. So we do get some access, but we're getting like 3 periods. And the period's usually like 5 or 6 minutes. So we'll probably get like 15 to 20 minutes out there each day. So not ideal, but at least it's something. I'm grateful for it. Hey, Bubba, good morning. Ashton, good morning. Is there less of a drop-off for the backup quarterback this year than last, in your opinion? I think it's comparable. And last year in fall camp, I said the phrase, and I know because I had a staff member call me on it. I said, y'all better hope Garrett Nussmeier stays healthy because there is a Grand Canyon-sized gap between Nussmeier and Van Buren, and we all saw that. I can't say that gap is so big because I haven't seen Sam Levitt. But what I did see from Landon Clark and who saw on Longstreet in the spring tells me if one of those guys has to lead this team this year, I think they're an 8-4 football team at best. How about doling out Exxon profits from the Iran cluster? I don't know what that means. It's $100 to park on the old front 9 now. It was free. Then don't pay for it. Patrick, fall camp is that magical time when everybody's undefeated. Every position group is deeper than ever, especially interested in donor meeting details. Depth chart may shape LSU season, but the revenue model could shape the athletics for the next decade. That's a good way to put it. If you missed it, Patrick, have a report up at LouisianaSports.net. I did a Locked on LSU episode. Got a lot of info out there about the donor meeting, so check it out if you can. Tiger Poppy, good morning. Ron, Dr. Roos was great on Louisiana Business Industry Show. Yes. So Dr. Roos has done, he's done 2 podcast interviews. The Louisiana Business and Industry Show, which was Tim Johnson and Gordy Rush. And then he also was on Alligator Shoes podcast with Michael Hackett. And I think both were outstanding. Danny, Jack is on the Bucs. He's in camp with the Bucs? Okay, good. Okay, great. Yeah, Jack's with the Bucs. Good for him. That's great. That's great news. I know we went undrafted, but I had some people asking me about it yesterday. I was like, Danny, good morning. I believe LSU's offense will be great. Defense will be the key to their success. Defense is going to be solid. I think the defense will outpace the offense, especially early. Hey, Carter, you compared Christ Olave to Jerry Jeudy. Chris Olave to Jerry Jeudy? I mean, we were looking at the salaries. I don't know if I compared the 2 receivers. We were looking at the salaries of like the highest paid receivers in the NFL. Let's see. Take the shot. Matt, apologies earlier. I mean, it does look like Levitt is a leader of the team, not leading the QB depth chart. Got it. Okay, that makes more sense. Hey, Michael, good morning. Thank you, man. Thanks for being there. Dalen, planning on spending a day in New Orleans soon. Do you have any recommendations? Something that is a must-do, can be anything. That's so tough, man. Like, what do you, have you ever been to New Orleans? Like, if you've never been to New Orleans, I would say during the day, do Jackson Square, French Market, Cafe Du Monde, all right there. The historical part of the French Quarter. That would be my recommendation. Or you can go uptown, take streetcars. You can go bar hop. Yeah, I mean, there's so much to do. Danny, is it your understanding they aren't giving away any share of the athletics department? That is 100% true. Yes, they are not giving away any percentage whatsoever of the athletic department. That was made abundantly clear to me by quite literally everyone I spoke to. They are not giving away equity in LSU athletics. Period. Stadler's, Matt, could you see a possibility LSU skates through the first 2 weeks to open the playbook to unload September 19th? Maybe, but I don't think that's Lane Kiffin's style, man. I think he's gonna roll. That's just his personality. Garland, good morning. What are you carrying today into practice? What's in the Merce backpack? I know you're packing the pen, composition notebook. What else? Does cricket have involved training camp? So I will have my notebook and a pen and my phone in my pocket. That's it. Daniel, good morning from Norfolk, Nebraska. Oh, I got to get going, y'all. Is Lane going to let media interview Baker and Charlie? Yes, we do have interview opportunities. Let's see. Blake Baker will be Friday the 14th. And Charlie is Friday the 21st. So we get them each once. Hey, John. Josh Payton, Brandon Walker, news show stated Notre Dame would win the SEC this year. Pate just doing hot takes, clickbait. And I think Notre Dame's a really talented team. I don't know if they would win the SEC this year, but they will certainly be in the playoff because their schedule is an absolute joke. But Notre Dame is a really talented team and will be one of those teams with probably double-digit guys in the draft in the spring. Like, they're a really good team this year. Hey, Dave, good morning. Walker Parks, is he? Alex Sherwood. I'm going to see the Tennessee and LSU game. Also, work at UT, but go Tigers. I feel that game is probably a toss-up for both. I think they're very similar. It's also November. So the season evolves and teams change and guys get injured and all that sort of stuff throughout the year. So we'll see how that all transpires. Why did Houston Longstreet not go to the Throw It Deep Academy? So Gordon McKernan, it was Gordon's NIL guys. And so he has Levitt and Landon Clark. Chad, good morning. Okay, y'all, I think we're done. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post, podcast, subscribe on your favorite podcast app, rate us, leave a review. Glad to have y'all aboard with us. We will get you a fall camp practice report at louisianasports.net. My plan is to fire up a Locked On LSU episode as well, so be on the lookout for that. Lane Kiffin meets with reporters after practice, so be on the lookout for updates. We'll see you then. Have a great day.